And our word for today on this Thursday of the 29th week in Ordinary Time, our word for today is blazing. Taken from the Gospel of Luke, chapter 11, Jesus said to his disciples, I have come to set the earth on fire, and how I wish it were already blazing. There is a baptism with which I must be baptized, and how great is my anguish until it is accomplished. What is Jesus talking about here? He's talking about his death on the cross. How he wishes it were already here, how he is in anguish until the time when he can accomplish that thing. Why? So that we can be reconciled to the Father, brothers and sisters. So that the thing that he had come to do on this earth could be completed, so that he could send the Spirit of God, that we might be baptized, that we might receive the Spirit of God, and that everything might be revealed through him, and that his work would be accomplished. I am in anguish, he says, until it is done. He came to set that blaze. How he wishes, he said, it were already blazing. What's he talking about there? That the Holy Spirit would come into us, that he would set that fire in our hearts, and that we would be completely committed to him. That we would acknowledge the gift that he gave to us, the sacrifice that he made on our behalf, and that we would live out this life of faith as he's called us to do. There are issues with this. There are sacrifices associated with this. In fact, there's a great conflict that exists in each and every one of us, because now we have that sin nature, that fallen nature at war, as St. Paul describes it. We are at war with that sin nature is at war with grace, and grace is sufficient to overcome it. But we must cling to it. We must ask for it. What are some of the results of this conflict that is going on? Jesus clearly lays it out as he continues in the Gospel of Luke chapter 4. Do you think that I have come to establish peace on the earth? No, I tell you, but rather division. From now on, a household of five will be divided, 3 against 2 and 2 against 3. A father will be divided against his son, and a son against his father. A mother against her daughter, and a daughter against her mother. A mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. What does he mean? Does he want families fighting with each other? No. We have to understand with clarity what he's speaking about here, brothers and sisters. No one takes precedence over him. No one. No one can hold a priority over him. No matter what the end result, we must cling to him. And then, by the way, then our relationships should be built on love for him. Does that mean we walk away from people who think differently? No, by all means, no, absolutely not. That we minister to him, but we minister to them in his name. That even in those relationships, he is the priority. And when all priorities are properly set, then we have proper relationships that turn us all toward him, that always have our faces turned toward him. Whether we are sharing in that gift of faith with someone else, or whether we are proclaiming that faith to someone else. When Jesus is the priority for us, we are accomplishing that will. Now, in St. Paul's letter to the Philippians, chapter 3, we see this in the gospel acclamation today. I consider all things so much rubbish that I may gain Christ and be found in him. Again, it's where the priority is set. Is St. Paul saying relationships aren't important to me? No, of course not. He is saying if you don't have Christ as the center of all of it, it has no value. Everything must be centered on Christ, and our hearts must be set ablaze for him, that we might serve him properly. Blazing, our word for today.